Eric is on the phone with us now. Eric sent us an email about a girl named Jade. What's up, Eric?
Hi, guys.
Tell us about the date.
We went to Maximilian, which is a French restaurant.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, you're supposed to put yourself in a position where you look good. And since I speak French, I thought that would be like a perfect idea.
Oh, nice. A little showing off. Cool.
Did you do the whole date in French? And maybe she couldn't understand anything?
Yeah.
She seemed to like whatever it is I was able to say and,
Okay.
maybe order in French that impresses them. I thought...
Hey, real quick, that impresses them. I like the way you said that. Okay, so anyway, continue. Sorry.
Well, I thought that there's a certain part of a dating where you're supposed to impress them, and I thought I did that. And I thought it was a good date, and yet I've left voicemails, and she hasn't responded. So I'm just trying to find out why.
When you say plural voicemails, how many?
Like, I've called her probably probably 4 times, but I've only left voice messages.
Did you leave the voice messages in French?
Yeah. Eric, hey, I'm going to ask the ladies in the room right now a question. If you went out on a date with Eric and he started speaking French at a French restaurant, would you find that as kind of a douchey move?
No, not if he was there to introduce me to French food. Like maybe I had never had it before and he had some expertise.
Lydia?
I don't know.
Right.
He seems sweet. So
And it depends on what he said,
He
too.
seems
in French.
sweet. I feel like it would be kind of a D-bag move, Eric. I'm just being honest.
Because you don't speak another language except Pig Latin.
I can speak Spanish, okay, but I'm not going to a Mexican restaurant speaking Spanish to the waiters,
I think it's slick, only because it's French or Italian.
Okay.
Those are like languages of love.
Now, ladies, now that Jose has agreed with Eric,
Okay,
do you
you're
say
right.
it's a D-bag move? All right.
D-bag. Yeah.
We got Eric the Frenchie on the phone. Frenchman Eric.
Francois.
Yeah, he took Jade out to a restaurant, a French restaurant, spoke French to the wait staff to try to impress her, show her that he knows French and the language of love and all that good stuff. And she didn't call you back. Now Eric, we didn't ask you, how did the date end?
I drove her home,
Uh-huh.
and when I was saying goodbye, we hugged, and I said I would call her.
So you were like, I will call you back. Okay, I'm gonna dial her right now and get her on the phone and see why she hasn't gotten back to you, okay?
Okay.
Has the French trick ever worked on other ladies?
Sort of.
I appreciate a man who speaks another language.
Yeah, but on a first date, it just seems like he's showing off, I would think.
Maybe he's nervous.
On purpose. He's trying to make a good impression.
Hello.
Hello, may I speak to Jade? Is this Jade? Oh.
Julie, you're an
Jade.
idiot.
Hi, Jade. How are you?
Hi. Fine.
I should probably tell you, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. I'm moving 92.5.
Okay.
You don't sound very amused, Jade. We apologize.
Sorry about that. I'm calling you because I wanted to talk to you about a mutual friend that we have, Eric. You haven't called him back after your date, so I wanted to just call and see why you haven't gotten back to him.
I'm sorry. Wait. What is this? Like, how,
It's okay,
I know
Jade.
this whole thing is confusing because I started off with like some weird, stupid, like bad French thing, and then tried to introduce myself, and now I feel.
But you're a friend of Eric's.
Yes, I am.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
If it's the Eric that took me to the French restaurant, which is what I'm getting from what you just said,
Yeah.
he's a complete asshole.
Oh,
Okay, that was quick.
Well.
Why do you say that?
He said something to the waiter in French that they both like started laughing really hard and like high-fived,
Okay.
and it just felt really awkward.
Uh-huh.
So I went home, and my roommate knows French, and I went home and tried to like repeat it to her, and she said that basically what he said to him was that he was 90% sure he was going to be sleeping with me.
in French?
That's awesome.
It's kind of a typical French man move.
Yeah, seriously. Eric?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Oh. Hey, Jade, Eric's on the phone right now listening to what you had to say. So Eric, you don't have a problem with her knowing that that's what you were saying in French to the waiter?
I'm just saying that it seemed to amuse the waiter, and it's not like it was any harm done with anyone else. I just was having fun.
So you were offended, Jade, by that?
I can take a joke, but like it just seems really off-putting.
Okay.
You know, I always talk to waiters, even if it's not a French restaurant.
Every time I go on a first date, I talk about how I'm going to nail the girl I'm on a first date with to the waiter. Come on, Eric, like you're really sticking up for yourself, but you can't kind of see Jade's point of view on that.
I can sort of see, I guess, but you know, it was in a different language, so it's almost like it doesn't count, you know?
Yeah, really.
Oh, I will say my girlfriend that speaks fluent Spanish says it's a whole lot easier to say I love you to men in Spanish because it doesn't feel real. And she does.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, you got your answer there. Jade, did he turn you off enough to where you don't want to go out with him again?
I don't think I'm interested. Sorry.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, I can take a joke, but like it just really.
Okay, because the show will pay for you guys to go on a second date. An American restaurant. We'll send you to Applebee's, where they speak English, where you know they speak English. All right? Would you go?
The fact that he even like involved you guys is just all of this is just a little too much for me.
Too much for you? Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Eric, do you have anything to say?
Maybe in French?
Jade, you know, Applebee's sounds like fun.
Jade?
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry.
She's not interested at all.
Yeah.
All right, Eric. Hey, man, you got your answer. My advice to you would be to not talk about nailing your first date in front of her face. No matter what. Even if it's in another language that you think she's not going to understand, it's probably not a good idea.
I didn't know the waiter was going to high-five me afterwards.